Before we begin, can we just give a round of applause for Mappa Studio? I mean, wow. Wow. Hey everyone, how you doing today and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving you a review of Jujutsu Kaisen the anime. So what is Jujutsu Kaisen? For anyone who doesn't know, you should kind of know what Jujutsu Kaisen is. But anyway, if you don't know, it's basically about a boy who, in order to save his friends, well, without kind of spoiling episode 1, but kind of spoiling episode 1, a boy, in order to save his friends, taking these special cursed item, well, it's called a finger, basically, of the most powerful curse ever to live. And after he takes in that finger, he becomes quite powerful. Well, I wouldn't say powerful, but he basically emits curse energy and he holds the most powerful curse ever. And what he has to do is basically enroll in this high school called Jujutsu High in order for him to not be executed because he has taken in the most powerful curse ever. So this boy called Yuji Itadori has the how to explain it, he is the protagonist, right? But he also has the villain inside of him as well. Along with that, we see some characters who are part of Jujutsu High with all different personalities. And that's pretty much what the premise of this show is. It's basically Yuji just being and living in this Jujutsu High school. In order for him to not be executed, he has to basically help and defeat other curses. I read this right before the anime came out. I think I read it like 6 months before the anime came out. I can't remember, but I read it quite a bit before the anime came out. And when I read it, right, even though it was a little rough, I thought, wow, okay, cool. This is actually a really cool anime. This could be pretty big. And the fights are incredible, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait till the anime comes out. And that's how I felt with Demon Slayer as well. Demon Slayer was legit the exact same. I was like, oh, okay, this is really cool, really good. I can see what they're doing, but we'll just have to wait till the anime comes out. It could be very big. And I'm sorry if I'm good to relate it back to Demon Slayer a lot, but I feel like they have this, well, the anime adaptations have the kind of similar story. So after Mappa Studios picked up Jujutsu Kaisen, I was like half and half in it, because at that point, Mappa was all right to me. Like, they were okay, but I didn't think they were capable of what they were able to do lately. And one thing that gave me hope, though, was watching God of High School. I said it in my God of High School review, that, wow, this animation, even though the story was something else, but at least the animation is so on point that I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen has a shot to be something special. And there's only one word I could use to describe the Jujutsu Kaisen anime, and that is incredible. It's incredible. Like, it's actually incredible. Legit, almost everything is actually incredible in this anime, and I have to give credit to Mappa because they really translated this manga, which I thought was great, by the way. I thought was great, but I thought was a little rough. Like Demon Slayer, I saw the art and I was like, ooh, this is a little rough. But it has its moments, it has its fights, and if you translate these fights very well, I mean, I will say this, I think Jujutsu Kaisen right now probably has the best fights in Shonen Jump. But if you could translate those fights into a really crisp animation, then you're good. And I saw God of High School, great fights. Jujutsu Kaisen in manga has great fights. It was a match made in heaven, and it really was, because wow, let's start with the fights. Before I even get to characters, let's start with the fights. Oh my god, they are unbelievable. Animated so well, choreographed so well. And they add more to the actual fights than they did in the manga. Like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer adds a bit more to the fights to elevate it, to get it to be more atmospheric and all that. And I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen does the same way, and it comes out to beautiful results. Oh my days, the fights are actually crisp. Speaking of fights, animation is ridiculous. The animation is top tier. I have not seen fights look this good in a minute. Well, probably since Demon Slayer. In all honesty, it's crazy how crisp the animation is. And even when it's not crisp, it's how to explain it, more kind of, not Sakuga, but kind of Sakuga, if that makes sense. The art and the animation will just blend, but it moves with the people, so it just makes the action scenes even more, gives it more life, if that makes sense. So that's why I man, like, Mappa really knocked out of the park with the animation in terms of that and fights. And the show looks good, even if they're not fighting. It looks very, very good. Like, like I've said, I'm very shocked because I saw the trailer for Attack on Titan and I didn't expect this from Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah, well done in terms of animation and the fights. But the characters are so lovable, and I knew this when I read the manga. I loved all of them. Yuji is such a great protagonist. He's so likable, and he's more different than the other ones, even though he has some similarities, like the whole happy-go-lucky stuff. But he's so different, man. Like the fact he always says, "Oh, I love Jennifer Lawrence" and stuff like that. It's all so different to me, and it's more modern in terms of what a shonen protagonist should be. Like, well, not should be. Like shonen protagonist, you can be whatever you want, but I feel like he's very, very modern. Like, I like the new modern shonen protagonists like Deku, and Yuji would probably be on that level as well. Other than that, the supporting characters are amazing too. Well, I would say the main cast is Yuji Itadori, Megumi Fugashiro, Nobara Kugasaki, and Satoru Gojo, right? Gojo, I'm sorry. Fugashiro is kind of like the Sasuke character, but he's very likable. He has his own ideals and stuff, so he's awesome. Nobara, people will try and say she's like the Sakura, but let's not do that. But she has her own ideals and all that, and she's awesome too. Even Fugashiro, I wouldn't even say he's like the Sasuke character. I actually feel bad for even saying that. And obviously Gojo, people will try and relate him to Kakashi, but they're completely different characters. That's what the thing, like, you can see surface level, you can kind of see that maybe the similarities. I'm not going to try and get at people for making that Naruto comparison, because it's there. Let's not lie. A lot of shonen have that Naruto comparison, but Jujutsu Kaisen is probably a very strong one in terms of surface level, like early, like just the character, maybe not character design, more like the build of the character, if that makes sense. Early, obviously they are completely different characters, and I think all three of them are better than the Naruto characters anyway. So yeah, they're all super likable. And Gojo's better than Kakashi too. Gojo, he's my favorite character. I love the fact he comes in and he's legit the strongest one. At first, when I read it, I remember the first couple chapters, I was like, whoa, are you just talking smack, like you're saying you're the most powerful guy in the whole series? But no, he really is the most powerful guy in the whole series. And his character, what's his word? His character, yeah. And he's so charismatic. Is so charismatic. Like, I don't think you can watch Jujutsu Kaisen and hate Gojo. He's just so funny, witty, charming, and OP. So you can't hate the guy. Then the other supporting cast, especially the female cast, the male cast, they're all dope as well. They all have their own personalities. They're all very different. There's a legit walking, talking panda who's cool too. Like, Jujutsu Kaisen's cast is great. It's incredible even. Like, they know what, like, Gege Akutami knew what he was doing when he was writing all these characters in the manga. Other than that, the music is awesome. The music really gets your blood pumping, and it really fits the feel of what Jujutsu Kaisen is. High octane, super powered fights against dark forces of evil. Like, the music fits it so perfectly. And speaking of music, we have to address how goated the ending of the first half is. The first course ending. They didn't have to snap like that. They didn't have to snap like that. Animation and music, they did not have to snap like that. First opening is amazing, right? But the first ending, I don't understand how you can make something that good. Second opening, second ending is also banging too, so don't even be discouraged. Like, they're all bangers. Like, Mappa really knocked it out of the park. And even there's this segment in Jujutsu Kaisen at the end of each episode, which is called Jujutsu Scroll. So this is where they have their little lighthearted, like, jokey time. Like, Black Clover calls it Petite Clover and stuff like that. And at first, when I remember the first episode, when I saw it, I said, okay, this is cool and all, but I don't really want to see this in Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, just put me back in Jujutsu Kaisen. But over time, they're actually pretty funny, and they add more to the characters. So there's even one, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's one that just made me laugh out loud, like, hysterically, and it just fit the characters so well. So I even love the Jujutsu Scroll. Like, legit, everything in this anime is actually incredible. Like, I'm actually shocked at how good of an adaptation this is, from the fights to the voice acting to the characters to the animation to the art to the music. Everything about this is awesome. And already the manga was already pretty great too. Like, it already had the super detailed power system, which, to me, it's one of the best ones in recent memory. And also the fact that there's a lot of rules and regulations. It kind of reminds me of Nen, but maybe not as complex. Even though that's one, not con, but maybe something to look out for, is that with Jujutsu Kaisen, right, the power system, how do I explain it? It's not really complex, but it's complex, if that makes sense. Like, what they say makes sense, but because everything's happening in real time and things are just flying everywhere, it might take you a couple rereads of the subs, or maybe you'd have to skip back a couple seconds to understand fully what is going on. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of that. I've had to like go back on the manga a bit and be like, and then even while I was watching the anime, I was like, oh, I remember this thing, but maybe I should go back a couple seconds to make sure I understand what this is going on. But when you do understand it, it makes sense, and it just is awesome as a power system. But I don't know what else I can say about Jujutsu Kaisen. If you haven't watched it already, you need to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It's amazing. I think this is definitely gonna be, I think there are a couple of shonens where I feel like, okay, this will stand this test of time and become like top tier classics. I think the recent ones, I think definitely My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, the way it's going, I definitely think so, and Jujutsu Kaisen's up there. I honestly think those three are going to be crazy. People will probably say, oh, Black Clover, but Black Clover will be a classic. I don't know if it'll be a top tier classic. Let's be real. But anyway, enough about that. What do I give Jujutsu Kaisen, man? You need to watch it for the characters. You need to watch it for the fights. You need to watch it for the art. You need to watch it for the animation. You need to watch it for the music. You need to watch it for everything. And I'm going to give Jujutsu Kaisen a solid 9 out of 10. It's incredible. It fully deserves it. I'm so happy that we got this anime adaptation done so well, because as soon as I saw God of High School, I said, okay, this potential is there, and look at it. Oh, man, I can't wait for, well, I don't know if there's going to be a season 2 yet, but we know there's a movie, and that's going to be volume 0, so that's awesome. And this is what's crazy about Jujutsu Kaisen. This is just the beginning. Jujutsu Kaisen gets way better. This is what I said the exact same thing about Demon Slayer. I'm like, wow, Demon Slayer season 1 is incredible, but it gets way better. How do they do this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Jujutsu Kaisen gets way better, man. One arc, I think one arc, right? I don't know if it's going to be season 2 or season 3. I think will be one of the best arcs in anime. I said it here first. What did you think about Jujutsu Kaisen if you haven't watched it, or what do you think about Jujutsu Kaisen if you are going to watch it? Let me know in the comment section. I'm open to discussion. Thank you very much for watching it. Again, please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more on pop culture and entertainment. Have a great day, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, bye.